What's up, y'all? April 10th. This is your news roundup with the rising tide. So we got two biggest stories for this week's episode. And the first one is warehouse fire in Ontario has destroyed a 1 million square foot Kimberly-Clark distribution center. A former employee is in custody being charged with 6 counts of arson and destruction of property. The incident was filmed and shared to social media, shared by the alleged arsonist, in which he stated his reasons for starting the fires being that he and his coworkers were not being paid enough to live. Mind you, the average warehouse worker in the state of California makes about $17 per hour, coming out to well under $36,000 a year, placing them well below the poverty line in the state of California, as well as well below the average national income, which I believe is about $44,000. Right now, there's a lot of counter media coverage talking about how awful it is that this man destroyed such a large piece of capital over a workplace dispute and left his coworkers without jobs. But I think we need to look at the situation this way. You know, we're a society where millions of people work in transportation, shipping, and warehouses, and they're all not being paid enough to live. And so I think we need to look what's going on in Ontario, and I think we all should be grateful that more disgruntled employees aren't burning down facilities every day in this country. So if you've been following this story, please let me know what you think in the comments. And now we're going to take a step back and talk about the whole state and the upcoming November 2026 election for California governor, where corporate Dems may have shut themselves out of their own race here in California. This is a shocking, but also, I think, a deserved possible outcome, in my own opinion. Because right now we have a wide swath of Democratic primary challengers trailing behind two Republican candidates in California's upcoming governor's race. Polls show that the current top candidates are currently Riverside County Republican Sheriff Chad Bianco and Fox News host Steve Hilton. Hilton was just endorsed by President Donald Trump. Both candidates are polling about 14% right now. Mind you, only 14% of registered voters in California are Republicans. Third place is Democratic Eric Swalwell with 12%, and followed by that is U.S. Rep. Katie Porter and billionaire Tom Steyer, both tied with 11%. So how did we get here? Well, first, California, the top two candidates that win the primary run the general election regardless of party. So unless the DNC can actually mobilize more voters and at least crack that top two spot in the primary, California is facing a possible Republican governor. And so I think it's important that we see this not as a fluke nor the result of some right-wing resurgence. I see this as clear evidence of voter apathy. It's evidence that after decades of corporate liberalism, voters may just be so tired that a Republican can win a major office in the bluest state in the country. Right, so for a lot of folks, this can be a very scary possibility in the coming months. But if it's also not proof of just how defunct the DNC has become in the face of rising fascism, I don't know what else to tell you. All right, y'all. So stay safe out there. This has been your roundup with the rising tide.